You think chip companies are scamming you. But the truth is way more surprising. You grab a bag of chips, it looks big, full, satisfying, you tear it open, and suddenly, it feels like something is wrong. Half the bag is empty, just air. You shake it, you look inside again. Maybe the chips are hiding at the bottom, but no, it's mostly air, and in that moment, almost everyone has the same thought. Did I just get scammed? Because it feels like you paid for a full bag, but only got half. And here's the strange part. This isn't a mistake, it's not a packaging error, it's not even random. Every chip bag is designed this way, on purpose. But why? Why would companies risk making customers feel cheated? Why not just fill the bag completely? Because that empty space inside the bag is doing something far more important than you think. And without it, your chips might not survive the journey at all. Here's a fact most people don't know. That air inside your chip bag isn't actually air, it's nitrogen gas. And that changes everything, because regular air contains oxygen, and oxygen is the enemy of chips. It causes staleness, loss of crunch, flavor breakdown. So instead of sealing chips with normal air, manufacturers flush the bag with nitrogen. This process is called modified atmosphere packaging. Nitrogen protects the chips, keeps them fresh, keeps them crispy, and prevents them from going stale too quickly. So that empty space inside the bag is actually a protective shield. But that's only part of the story, because even with nitrogen, why does the bag still look so empty? Before your chips reach your hands, they go on a long journey, from factory to warehouse to truck to store to shelf. Along the way, they face pressure from every direction. Boxes stacked on top of each other, bumpy roads during transport, workers moving packages around. If the bag were completely full, the chips would be crushed, broken into tiny pieces. By the time you opened it, you'd have crumbs instead of chips. So that empty space inside the bag acts like a cushion, a soft buffer that absorbs pressure. It protects the chips from being destroyed. Think of it like a pillow. Without it, the chips wouldn't survive. But here's the twist. Protection isn't the only reason companies use large bags. There's another reason, and it has nothing to do with physics. Let's imagine two bags of chips. One is small and tightly packed. The other is large but half full. Which one feels more valuable? Most people choose the larger bag, even if both contain the same amount of chips. This is called a size perception bias. Your brain associates bigger packaging with more value, even when it's not true. So companies design bags to look larger than necessary, because larger packaging attracts attention, stands out on shelves, feels like a better deal. This doesn't mean companies are trying to trick you illegally. In many countries, the actual weight of the chips is clearly labeled, but visually, your brain still reacts to size first, and that creates a powerful psychological effect. But there's still one more layer to this design, and it's something you probably never noticed. Have you ever noticed the sound a chip bag makes? That loud, crinkly, crunchy noise. It's not accidental. That sound is part of the experience. Studies have shown something surprising. The sound of food packaging can actually influence how food tastes. Louder, crisp sounds make chips feel fresher and crunchier. And guess what? A slightly inflated bag creates more of that sound. More air-y, more movement-y, more noise. So when you open a chip bag and hear that satisfying crinkle, your brain instantly thinks these chips are fresh, even before you taste them. It's a subtle psychological trick, but it works. And combined with everything else, it turns a simple snack into a carefully engineered experience. Now you might be thinking, okay, but isn't this misleading? Surprisingly, there are laws about this. In many countries, packaging is allowed to have empty space, but only if there's a valid reason. And in the case of chips, there are 3 accepted reasons: protection during transport, preservation using nitrogen, packaging requirements for machinery. This means companies are not allowed to add empty space just to deceive you. The empty space must serve a purpose, and in most cases, it does. But here's the interesting part. Even though it's legal, it still feels like you're getting less. And that feeling is what keeps this question alive. At the end of the day, chip bags are a trade-off. Would you rather have a full bag of crushed chips or a half-empty bag of perfect crispy ones? That's the real choice. Because reducing the air would increase damage, and removing nitrogen would reduce freshness. So companies balance three things: protection, freshness, visual appeal, and the result is what you see today. A bag that looks half empty, but is carefully designed to deliver the best possible product. Still, that doesn't stop the feeling. Because humans don't judge value by logic. We judge it by what we see. So the next time you open a bag of chips and feel that moment of disappointment, pause for a second. Because that empty space isn't empty at all. It's protecting your chips, keeping them fresh, and even shaping how you experience their taste. What feels like less is actually doing more, and once you understand that, the bag doesn't look half empty anymore. It looks carefully designed, because sometimes the things we think are flaws are actually solutions we just don't notice. And that's the hidden logic behind everyday objects.